Welcome to the 6th episode of the Earkick podcast. I'm Karen Steffen, co-founder and CEO of Earkick, and today's guest is Sophia, a mental health advocate in her teens. Sophia shares about how to help peers in distress and how to break a bad habit one step at a time. Can you share a bit more about yourself and what has led to your interest in mental health in general and anxiety in particular?
So I'm 17. I'm from Virginia. The reason why I became an advocate is in order to help my other peers who, especially during my high school career, which has been mainly online, I've wanted to help them, especially because I realize that a lot of events that have been happening in our life are anxiety inducing. And I just want to be able to promote and inspire that education within ourselves and how we can take care of ourselves.
How do you notice when your friends start to develop problems?
I notice that they tend to not do good because they tend to withdraw and they get quiet, and they also seem to get tired. Like they will get tired very easily, they will get annoyed very easily, they will be short. So I just see that their emotions are running thin and tight, and it shows that they need a break.
What would you say are the maybe top 3 things that induce anxiety or stress or, mental health issues in your fellow students?
I think some of the things that really can induce stress are grades and tests, just by understanding that, grades have a large impact on college admissions. I definitely feel that can be really stress inducing. I think the second thing is just the social aspect, like friends and having drama with friends can cause a lot of stress. And I think the third thing is like having to handle like a lot of things at once, like whether that be a job as well. So just having a lot on your plate.
Is there like a best practice that you use to calm people down? Let's say someone has an anxiety attack or you can tell they're not feeling well.
I really like to do like deep breathing exercises. So just counting my breaths, I find a really good way to lower down the heart rate. And I also just I really recommend going for a walk. That really helps lower the anxiety.
And what are the little things during school, let's say between classes or even during class, when you notice somebody is in distress?
Honestly, what I really like to do is I think hand contact is really important. I usually like to give people like fist bumps or high fives. It shows that I like acknowledge them and that I see them. And I just let them know that, that I enjoy them, that we can always talk.
How do I approach you? How do I know, oh, Sophia is one where I can knock on her door when I'm at my lowest?
I think you know that just by the way I introduce myself and the way I'm friendly, and I try to talk to everyone and be welcoming, and also I'm honest, I'm real. So people know that they can be honest with me because I'm honest in return.
Growing up, did you have any encounters of difficult times, struggles in your own life?
I think that a lot of my experience also arises from COVID, and I also could see how anxious and also how tired I felt, really, especially when it was online. There was a lot of uncertainty about what I was going to do and what I was supposed to do, especially online, and I didn't really have an idea of like what to look out for, really. So because of that, it's been, I think that's just my personal experience as well, and like how I've learned to like take care of myself and others more.
Have you ever been to a counselor or to a therapist to just, walk the journey yourself that other people walk?
I mean, yeah, I used to go see a therapist. You also had to help with some bad habits as well, just like picking my fingers. And I know that's a really big habit that a lot of people have. So I think that can relate, because especially when you're nervous and you don't really feel yourself just picking your fingernails or just clipping them, then yeah, and that's something that I've worked to address on. I learned slowly to find other replaceable habits so that I wouldn't be doing the bad habit anymore. So I'm slowly phasing out of it. So I'm doing it less and less and less. And it'll be gradual over time, because eventually you will find a need to stop doing it. But you also have to keep yourself accountable and just finding different alternative ways to do something. For example, if I wanted to pick instead, I would do something else. I would have like doodle book and I'll usually draw on that instead or listen to music.
This is so smart. So you're basically going from something that is unhealthy to something you love, to being creative, right? How do you track your progress? You said you kind of need to keep yourself accountable. How do you do that?
I keep myself accountable just like writing down my goals that I want for myself when it comes to my picking. I'm also working on just like sometimes I have a chart that says how many times I've picked today or how many times I haven't, what I did instead. And that's just really a way to keep track over time and day to day about the number of times it's decreasing.
We can do that on the Earkick app as well. You can set a goal, you can be reminded, you have all the stats, etc. Is that something that you see yourself using?
Yeah, I definitely see myself using that. I definitely feel that's a really helpful app in order to just track your progress over time. And so you have it down somewhere, you can look and refer back to it to see any changes.
Is there a moment where you give yourself credit, or you practice gratitude, or you just, maybe buy yourself something?
Yeah, I definitely think I practice that by just doing something I really like, such as, I might go out to the library or just like go to a coffee shop or just do something I like to do, visit a place I like to do as a reward.
What made you join Earkick as an ambassador? Maybe you can just, speak your mind about that.
So what made me join as an ambassador is that I saw a message through Discord and I was really interested because I saw how like people really needed just maybe a way to get their mental health on track and to like set their own parameters for themselves. And I thought Earkick was a great way that people could set their goals on mental health specifically. I became an Earkick ambassador in order to help my peers and also my friends understand that options are out there and that it is very important that they're taking care of themselves mentally, especially during stressful times.
What is a advice that you would give your younger self in difficult times?
I would give myself and tell myself that eventually, like, it will pass and that what seemed really big in the moment is like a year later is going to be something that is, really quite insignificant. So I would tell myself that things can constantly change and a bad situation isn't always going to stay a bad situation.
Right. So you're not only a mental health advocate in your school and everywhere else, but you're also a artist. Can you share a bit more about your artist side of your life?
Yeah, some of the things I like to do, I like to take pictures of stars in the Milky Way. So I like to do photography, and I just find a really fun way to get outside and look at things from a different perspective. I also like to color and draw. I color and draw animals and flowers mostly, so nature.
Who gets to see your artwork?
I don't normally post my drawings, but I do post photography. So I do have a collection of it.
Maybe you want to say something to the Earkick community, kind of like what you wish for them, and what makes you, I don't know, get up in the morning.
Yeah, so something I would say to the Erica community is that find the things that you like to enjoy and find your niche that you really like to be involved in because those hobbies are is what really is going to keep you fulfilled and engaged and the life that you want to cultivate. So I just everyone to find something that they like to do, whether it be something like sculpting or if you like gardening, then just do something that you really like to do